Hey, what's up, guys? um, the Ugas Ramos fight just went off the air. Congrats to Ugas. Um, I did not take notes for this fight, man, because in the first round, when I saw how easy Ugas was landing the jab on Ramos, I was like, man, I ain't gonna even bother taking notes for this fight. you know, um, this fight was a runaway, man. I scored this fight 118-110 for Ugas. The only two rounds I gave to Ramos were the 11th and 12th. I thought in the 11th he outboxed Ugas. Ugas slowed down, maybe even took the round off in the 11th. And in the 12th, Ugas was winning until he got rocked at the end. Rocked kind of bad, right before the fight was over. So I gave that to Ramos for rocking Ugas the way he did. All right. Now, the scoring in this fight was terrible. The judges were terrible. All right. Um, Two judges had Ugas winning this fight only by one round, 115, 113. That's a disgrace, man. Ugas was beating this guy with a jab only. I saw it in the first round, and he landed more jabs on the guy than the guy landed total punches on him. You know, it's terrible. And then Lou Moret, 117, 111 for Abel Ramos. You know, I want to hope and I want to hope that Lou Moret had the guys confused. He thought Ramos. He thought that Ugas was Ramos. He thought Ramos was Ugas. He just had the guys mixed up, or he filled out his scorecard wrong. All right. I want to believe that. I hope it comes out that that was the case, that it's corrected or whatever. All right. Because mistakes can be made. All right. I hope that's the case, man. If not, uh, whoever is whoever his boss is, the commissioner in California. I can't recall the name of the commissioner in California. And he just sit him down and ask him how and why he scored that fight the way he did. And when he does not give a satisfactory answer, they need to suspend Lou Moret indefinitely, basically end his career. I looked him up on BoxRec. Lou Moret is 76 years old. You know, uh, if he actually thought that Ramos won that fight, it's time for him to retire. If he won't retire voluntarily, he needs to be put into retirement via suspension. All right, and that's just the bottom line and the facts. He retired from refing. I remember his last ref assignment was the last HBO card. You know, and they said that he was retiring from refing and he would still be judging fights. Is this a case to where an older guy is not seeing fights the way that they are? You know, um, it needs to be really not an investigation, but like I said, the commissioner needs to sit down and talk to him and ask him why he scored that fight the way he did, man. Really, all three, because Ugas won that fight going away, man. Ramos fought a stupid fight. He was not doing enough. He was, wanting to play chess. He was wanting to box with a boxer. He was the puncher in the fight. Why was he not going for the KO? Why was he not applying the pressure, throughout the fight? When he actually let his hands go, he actually hurt Ugas, man. In the third round, he had him up against the ropes. He had some openings. He didn't let his hands go. And they showed on the replay where he had staggered Ugas, like in the middle of the ring. And then at the end of the fight, same thing. 11th round, he let his hands go. He was having success. And then when they got into the back and forth at the end of the fight, he caught Ugas. He had what 36 minutes to to apply the pressure to catch Ugas, man. He was not fighting like it was a world title fight. He was fighting like he was just happy to get the payday. And I don't know why these guys thought that he was winning the fight. After the fight they celebrating and stuff, thinking he getting a decision. That fight was not close, man. I agree with the way the commentators were seeing the fight. One sided fight, not close. Um, so that's the way I saw that fight, guys. Ugas embarrassed himself badly in the sixth round when he whiffed that right hand. Man, the guy was against the ropes. He threw a wild right hand, missed and fell all into the ropes, closed on himself into the ropes. That was embarrassing, man. I'm seeing Ugas as one of the best welterweights in the world. I'm saying that he could probably beat all the guys on the PBC side, and then he does something like that. And it's like, oof, Um, but these guys gonna avoid Ugas like the plague, man. These guys are not gonna want to fight Ugas, man. They gonna either want to fight each other or fight Terrence Crawford instead of Ugas, man. This tall prime guy. Uh, they're gonna say that his belt, he got a secondary belt, and you know they'd rather take a high payday fighting somebody else, a easier fight. So Ugas wants the winner of Spence and Garcia, and he got jobbed in the Porter fight. He should have won that fight. Um, these guys ain't gonna be chopping at the bit to fight Ugas. Terrence Crawford, he gonna say, "Nah, I want the major title holders." He ain't gonna want to fight Ugas. You know, Thurman ain't gonna want it. You know, Sean Porter, he ain't gonna want to fight him again. I doubt it. I would be surprised if he did. For the regular WBA. Porter, he gonna want to go for Spence and Garcia. He gonna go for them kind of guys. Crawford. So, PBC, they got Ugas happy now. He got a world title. He should make some great paydays. And at the same time, they can keep him away from their named fighters. Just say that they have another welterweight champion. Have him headlining some shows. Um, PBC, man, they just waste their Fox broadcast, man. This Fox real estate that they have. They should be putting on pay-per-view caliber cars on Fox, man. And these fights, man, this is the third week in a row where they had a main event where the odds were just, completely one-sided, huge favorites, man. Sean Porter fighting for Miller, that was a runaway fight, a huge favorite. Laura fighting Vendetti, that was a huge runaway, big odds. And now this one, Ugas was a huge favorite, and he performed like it. This fight was not close, regardless to what the judges say they saw in the fight. So PBC, man, they should be putting the Charlo Derevchenko card and Charlo Rosario and what's the other one they got coming up? Spence Garcia, man. They need to put them kind of fights, the pay-per-view caliber fights, the Tank and Leo fights. Those should be on Fox, man. They should be trying to get big headlines and put those events on Fox, not these one-sided fights, man. On major Fox, not even FS1. They doing this on major Fox. Whoever's in charge at the Fox sports department, man, they just giving away money, and their bosses should be asking them what the hell are they doing. Why should anybody be thrilled to turn in the PBC to watch a predictable fight? And let's talk about the presentation, man. I had to cut my volume down because of the damn fake crowd noise they had in the background, man. Man, that shit was annoying, man. It was just as loud as the broadcasters, man. The fake crowd noise, that shit is garbage, man. Garbage. Terrible idea. Whoever thought that was a good idea, I'm sorry, but they were wrong. I had to cut my volume down. Uh, their presentation does not look as good as Top Rank's, man. Top Rank is lit up, these HD screens. I mean, it looks great. When you watch the Top Rank studio fights, this is kind of more on the dim side. I don't mind the fake sort of audience in the background, but it's dark. It's not terrible, but the Top Rank looks a lot better. The crowd noise, the fake crowd noise needs to go. That shit's garbage, man. And Brian Kenny said twice that Danny Garcia was undisputed at 140. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. What is Brian Kenny talking about? Do you have him confused with Bud Crawford? Danny Garcia was never undisputed at 140. He had the WBA and the WBC. I just checked his box rec. Now he did fight Peterson when he had the IBF 140, but their titles were not on the line. You know, so no, he was not undisputed. He didn't even get the IBF belt. So what is Brian Kent? What are they trying to do? They're trying to fool the public, and thinking that Danny Garcia was undisputed. That's terrible, man. But they getting off with this shit. So really, that I think that might be it, guys. I think I have covered everything, but Abel Ramos, man, if you look back at this fight, you know, did he blew it, man. He blew it. He was the puncher in the fight. Ugas was the boxer. He wanted to box with the boxer when he was the puncher. He should have been putting the pressure on Ugas. He should have been going for the KO. Try to catch Ugas cold. When he landed on Ugas, he actually hurt the guy. In a sense, you would think this would kind of make some of the harder hitters at 147 said they would fight him, but they're not gonna make big money fighting Ugas. They can't unify with the belt that he has, so they gonna swerve the guy, man. They're not gonna be chomping at the bit to fight Ugas for a secondary world title. So um, so that's the way I'm seeing it, guys. I think I have covered everything. If I miss anything, I'll leave a comment in the comment section. But you know, we need to hear about Lou Maret getting I don't want to use the word investigated, but him getting questioned and interviewed by his boss, whoever the commissioner is in California. I forget who it is. But that was, man. He better say that he had the guys confused, or he feel like the scorecard wrong, man. Because if he legitimately thought that Dak Prescott, as I was calling him, if he thought that Dak Prescott won that fight, you know, he needs to be retired by the commissioner in California. He needs to stay. They need to say, look, Lou, you were way off on this fight. We need you to retire. And if you do not want to retire, then we will suspend you indefinitely. Because I doubt they will fire him with him being a long time official in California. So we need to follow up on that, guys. See what happens with Lou Maret. So I think that's it. You guys let me know what you think, but completely one-sided fight, terrible scorecard. You know, PBC just wasting all this good real estate, all this great airtime on Fox with these one-sided main events, man. 3 weeks in a row. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll check in soon. Thanks for watching.